Hello and welcome to Q&A Thursday. Fantastic to have you here. So Toolkit Masters, we're in for a big one today and I'm really excited to have you all here. Okay, so what have we got on? So there's a few things we've got on today and a few announcements that we've got on as well. So I'm really excited to share those with you. I hope you've all had a fantastic week. I've had some great feedback over the email at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com. So keep them coming. It's great to hear what you guys are up to and what you've been doing. So what are we doing today? So this is going to be a really interesting one because it was a question that was asked of me when I was doing some face-to-face training recently. And it was all about maintaining enthusiasm, especially when we're going through adversity. So sometimes that's really, really tough to do. So it's really, really important that we, try to do our best to get the enthusiasm there, if not for just ourselves to keep our energy levels up, to also encourage our team to keep our energy levels up. So without further ado, I just wanted to make sure everyone can see and hear me. So if you can put in the bottom left-hand side whether you can see and hear me, that would be fantastic. I think I've got a few people online, so hopefully you would be able to see and hear me. Okay, let's have a look, make sure I'm all plugged in. Yep, I'm all plugged in. Okay. All right, can you see and hear me? Let's have a look here. Let's go into my chat box, otherwise I can't even see if you... there we go. Hi, Darren. Hi, Belinda. Great to see you guys here. Okay, so there's another few online. There's a few lurkers out there. That's fine. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it because we've got some great stuff for you today. Just a couple of announcements at the end too, but one really, really exciting one. So as you know, with some feedback from some of you Toolkit Masters, you've asked for some student workbooks within the unlocking portal so you can download all that really great information that's on there. So we've done that. We've put it up in the first module. Hey, fantastic, Flick. Great to see you logged on, see and hear me. Fantastic. So we were just mentioning that we've, with some feedback from our Toolkit Masters, we've got some student workbooks in the mix. The first module has already been uploaded. The second module has come back from the graphic designers. There was a couple of bits in there that we need to tweak. As soon as that comes back, we will upload the second module and then we'll be on the third, fourth, fifth. So then you will have student workbooks for every module, hopefully very, very soon. So keep an eye out on those. As I say, module 1 is already up there. So really exciting stuff. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to share my screen with you. And as I mentioned before, we are talking today about a question that came through during some face-to-face training I was delivering. And it was all about how do we maintain enthusiasm, especially through adversity, which is really, really tough because sometimes we feel that our batteries are absolutely empty. But the benefits of having more enthusiasm, especially in those moments, is you will find that you've got more confidence. So making those really ad hoc decisions and things like that, you will feel more confident about. You'll also be more productive. So you'll get stuff done and you'll be really managing your time really, really well. Another benefit is people view you in a positive light when you've got that level of enthusiasm and energy. So you'll find that people are drawn to you. And that may open some new opportunities for you, some really quality conversations, all those things that are really, really important. So I've got about 16 things on here that I wanted to share with you of how you maintain your enthusiasm, especially going through those tough times. So let's have a look. All right, so I know, I'm not a big advocate of fake it till you make it. I think that sometimes that can be a little bit counterproductive, but with regards to enthusiasm, if you want to become more enthusiastic, you have to act more enthusiastic. And sometimes this is a little push because sometimes it might not be what naturally comes to you. But this is a #1 challenge that a lot of subject matter experts in this area say. If you act more enthusiastic, if you give yourself a little bit of more zest, and to do that, try a little experiment that they do. And they say, right, for 30 days, your one rule of action is be a little bit more spirited, a little bit more enthusiastic in how you run your day, just for 30 days. And they reckon that this can revolutionize your life. So that would be really interesting to see. So I set you the challenge. See if you can for the next 30 days, just put that little bit more zest, a little bit more energy, a little bit more enthusiasm in your day, and it will, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the experts are right. But that's what they're saying to me. Act more enthusiastic and you will become more enthusiastic. It will become a way that you do the everyday. So we'll see how that goes. Another one is, and I've said this and harped on it a number of times, especially in the workplace, you know, we go through setting goals. That's one of the modules in the unlocking portal. So I will continue to say this, whether you're at work, whether you're doing this at home, whatever it may be. If you want some really great enthusiasm, then set some goals, set those life goals that you're really interested in, put a plan together to accomplish those. So look at the SMART goal handouts that you've got in the unlocking portal, and you may already have this for your workplace stuff, but what about if you're trying to buy a house, or you want to, you know, do some study, or if you want to, you know, achieve some other goals? Try it at your home as well. So this might help you. So all the experts are saying those who set goals and then little bite-sized pieces to achieve them actually are more successful with creating positivity and enthusiasm. So there you go. That's one that you might want to put in the diary. Now, then the other one is getting organised. So it's really, really hard when we haven't got everything organised. And sometimes this takes a bit of work to start to get things together, getting a filing system, working out your to-do list. Is it better on your calendar? Is it better in your phone? Is it better written down in a diary? Whatever it may be. But get yourself organised. Get a system together that will squeeze as most productivity out of you each day, and then stick to it. Remember, don't procrastinate or get distracted. You know, if there's a big shiny thing over there, but you're working on this task here, don't get distracted and go over to the shiny thing. Keep focused at the task at hand that you've got in front of you. And you will turn every workday into a success if you can do that, because not many people can do that. It's really, really quite difficult. Now, when you're doing this and you're increasing your productivity, you have to ensure that you give yourself rest breaks as well, so that you can recharge your batteries. And we'll talk about that a bit more. But Flick, I think we all need a little bit of zesty in our lives, especially this time of year when it's a bit cold and windy out there. So yeah, you know what? Let's all have a little crack at it. I'm going to do it for the next 30 days. Do I look more enthusiastic today? That's what the aim is. So let's hope it's coming across, but we'll see how we go. I've got some videos to record after this, so let's hope I'm a bit more zesty than what the weather's like outside. Okay, so we've got get organised, which is something that we have to do. So drawing strength from the past. So remember the times in your life when you were really enthusiastic. You know, what were you doing that was filling your energy batteries? What were you doing that was making you feel really alive? Thanks, Flick, I'm already zesty. Nice. So what are those things? Learn from those times. Draw inspiration on them. Draw from your successes, you know. So think about those times and how you felt and how incredible you know, how much more energy you had. And let's see if we can sort of draw from that. Because we don't forget how we felt in those times, and we want to get that feeling back, right? So draw strength from the past. And then look for those aha moments. So there's times in your career that somebody might have said, gosh, how do you do that? You know, I can't do that. And you do it so easily, and you just, you know, poo-poo it and go, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's easy, whatever. And you don't think another thought of it. But take those aha moments in, because what you find really easy to do and other people find it difficult, they are your strengths. So leverage off those strengths. If there's something that people always say to you, gosh, you do that so well, gosh, you do that so easily, geez, I wish I could do that as well as you can. These are your strengths. You've got to capture those moments and go, aha, there is a strength. I find this easy to do this particular task, whether it's, you know, Excel spreadsheets, or whether it's attention to detail, or whether it's time management or being organised, or whatever it may be. I find this easy for me. Everybody else I've talked to has found it hard. This is a strength. I'm going to hang on to this because this, you know, gives me energy. So there's things that you can think about. Look at those aha moments. Take them on and make sure you don't just poo-poo them or miss them completely. All right, what's another one? Don't dwell on the negatives. So it's really, really easy to to dwell on all the, the stuff that we don't want to dwell on. But don't think about your past mistakes, and, don't think about, put them out of your mind, because obviously if you've got the learnings out of it and you're not going to repeat it, it's no good keep thinking about it. Get rid of them, get them out of your mind, because they just create baggage in your mind. So you don't want to do it. You stop worrying about things you can't change. So also there's this circle of influence that you have, right? So if you're in the circle of influence and you've got this problem, think about, can I change it? Can I make a difference with it? Can I influence it? And if the answer is no to any of those, then just stop worrying about it. But if it is inside your circle of influence, if you've got an issue that you can influence, you can make a difference with, and any decisions you make will make a difference with the solution, then absolutely, then it's time to put some energy into it. So think about that circle of influence, and see what we can do on that. And don't worry about things that you can't change, because honestly, it's a waste of time and a waste of energy. So another one, practice gratitude. Now I know this, this sounds like a load of tree hugging stuff to some people. Sounds like a bit of BS to other people. Some people swear by it and think it's fantastic. But honestly, if you're going to do this 30-day challenge where you're going to try and be more enthusiastic, one of the things I want you to do is make a list of all the things in life that you're grateful for. It could be your spouse, your family, your friends, your skills, your knowledge, your hobbies, your health, your achievements, anything that you are grateful for, make that list. And whenever you need a boost, whenever you're struggling to pull that enthusiasm out of yourself, take this out and remind yourself of all the good things that you have in your life that you're really, really grateful for. Okay, so remember, this is a 30-day challenge. So make a list of all the things that you're grateful for. And again, it could be spouse, family, friends, skills, knowledge, hobbies, health, achievements, anything. Okay, and then, as a lead on from that, think about and make a separate list of what makes you happy. What fills your batteries? Is it playing tennis? Is it swimming? Is it horse riding? Is it gaming? Is it watching movies with your loved one on the couch? Is it going shopping? Whatever it may be, what are the things that make you happy? Because ultimately, if you're going to increase your enthusiasm and be more energetic, you need to refill those energy batteries somehow. And you're going to be doing more of these things that make you happy. You need to make time to do that. So if it's exercising and you're going to be more enthusiastic during the day and be more organized and be really productive, then you need to give yourself time to re-energize your battery. And that means going out for a walk at lunchtime and getting that energy that you need, or whatever it may be. All right. So make sure that you take time to do those sorts of things. Okay. So what have we got next? The next one we've got is, this is a big one too. We tend to get really, really focused and in detail of everybody else's world problems. And really, there's nothing that we can influence to change those a lot of the times. So it's not even worth our worrying about them. So don't try and solve the entire world's problems at once. Pick your priorities and then pick your battles, okay? So if you've got something in the workplace that is really important, a machine's gone down or something's happened and it really needs your immediate attention, focus on that one thing before you start thinking about absenteeism. Somebody wants holidays at Christmas. The boss needs you to make a presentation next week. Think about one thing at a time. Don't try and do everything at once, because it will absolutely zap your energy really, really, really quickly. And it can feel really, really overwhelming. So just think of things that you need to do and prioritize them in, listed order, and then just tackle one at a time. Because if you start getting overwhelmed, if you feel overwhelmed, it tends to lead to almost total paralysis in terms of moving closer to your goals or your aspirations or being able to make decisions. So remember, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So make sure that you do that. So don't try and solve the entire world's problems all in one go. It will not do you any favors. What's the next one? All right, so identify what's holding you back. What's holding you back, and then let's find a solution. So if you are feeling unhealthy, Well, let's get a plan together. Let's get some exercise routines going. Let's do all those sorts of things. If you find that you're lacking energy because you're not eating right, let's put a plan together. Let's get our eating on track. Let's do all that sort of thing. So really, really, if you're petrified of speaking in front of people, have a plan. Let's do a public speaking course or something. So remember to sit down and think about what is holding you back and what solutions can I put in place to make sure that I can get it done. Now, make sure those solutions are achievable. So make sure they're done in a smart way. So it's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So if you're going to say, yes, what's holding me back is I'm not fit enough. So I'm going to go to the gym 6 times a week, and I'm going to ride my bike to work, and I'm going to go out walking at lunchtime. That may be a bit of a stretch. Okay, let's start off slow. Just say, right, 3 times a week, I'm going to go for a walk at lunchtime. That'll do me for the time being. And I'll do that for 3 weeks. And then at the 3rd week, I'm going to increase it and, ride my bike to work once a week, as well as those 3 walks. So you're slowly making it really, really achievable, but you're attacking it and you're making a difference. So have a think about what's holding you back and then find a solution that you can do. All right, what's the next one? Now, this one is, likes attract. So if you find these, if you find that you've probably met some of these people that are really miserable all the time, really pessimistic. They, everything's gloom and doom. The world's going to end. And all of a sudden they're surrounded by people that agree with them. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So likes do attract. So surround yourself with zesty, enthusiastic people. So if you've got someone in the office that's a bit bouncy and, spend more time with that person, because it is contagious, right? It is contagious. So make sure that you give yourself as big an opportunity as possible and surround yourself with people that give you energy, that drive you to be enthusiastic, that drive you to be more productive and use time management well. And it is really contagious. So feed off other people's energy and you'll find that great things will happen. And then on the flip side of that, try and not spend too much time with negative people in your life that zap your energy. If you can't convince them to be enthusiastic or a little bit more optimistic, then, try not to spend a great deal of time with those people. Now, if you find these people are in your team, then, you're going to have to spend time with them. But what you want to do is limit that. You don't want to go into big, long conversations about, how bad is the world when you're trying to be more enthusiastic. Okay, so just try and avoid those sort of long-winded, really negative, pessimistic conversations if you can. All right, another one. We're getting through these, aren't we? Random acts of kindness. Now, this is going to be really, really important, because when you give to somebody else, it actually gives you so much more. It makes you feel really, really good inside, and that feeds your energy and it feeds your enthusiasm. So it could be things as simple as going through your wardrobe and chucking out all the clothes that you've never worn or you don't wear anymore, or have been sitting in there for 2 years and you didn't even know it was sitting in the back of your wardrobe, and go and take them down to Goodwill, or give them to a neighbour that is struggling, or whatever. Maybe it is somebody in your family that that are struggling a little bit and would love to, have a couple of hours off away from the kids. Go and offer to babysit. Babysit the kids for 2 hours, let that person go out for dinner with their spouse or whatever, and give them some time off. Whatever it may be, just do some random acts of kindness. And believe you me, you will get more out of it than you give. Absolutely, every time. So it's one that will feed your energy. So give it a go. I've got some friends actually that actually volunteer, and they go and help, I think it's blind people or people that are hearing impaired or whatever, and they just do 1 day a week, where a couple of hours after work, and they go, and whether they do their shopping or take them to Aqua or whatever it may be. So, if you've got the time to do so, absolutely do that. But as I say, it can be as simple as, donating some bits and pieces to somebody who's struggling, or maybe to Goodwill, and ensuring that it's going to the right home. So try it. Honestly, you will get so much more out of it than you give. Another one, look for a role model. So have a look at somebody who you consider to be success in this, who is a bit zesty, enthusiastic, positive, seems to be on top of all that sort of stuff. It could be a friend. It could be someone you've never met who's achieved that level of success with regards to being positive and enthusiastic. So have a think about who they can be and then emulate them. What would they do in those situations, especially in that first 30 days where you're really trying to, push yourself into this arena. So have a think about, who would be your role model there. Now, the next one's a good one too. It's don't listen to the naysayers. So don't listen to people who criticize you without constructiveness. So if somebody's saying, oh, you're stupid for doing that, or I can't believe you're doing that, for God's sake, that's so weird, or whatever it may be, just don't listen to them. We don't need that sort of negativity, okay? So don't allow them to discourage what you're doing. And you can even be open and upfront with people and sort of say, look, I'm going to increase some positivity in my life. I'm going to be a little bit more zesty because I feel that there's opportunity there and it wants to fill my battery. So you're almost telling them up front that there's going to be a few changes. And those naysayers that are criticizing you without constructiveness, well then, I wouldn't waste my time with them. Okay, so this is a good one too. You need to get your energy levels up. So you need to look after yourself. To be enthusiastic and to make it easier and to make it almost a way of life that you're going to do, you need to have lots of energy and you need to feel good about yourself physically. So that's eating the right foods, that's getting the right amount of sleep, that's hydrating yourself with enough water, that's exercising regularly to ensure you've got heaps and heaps of energy to spare for the end of the day. So make sure you be good to yourself and look after yourself in that manner. And we all know that there's little bits of opportunity that we can all do differently. I know there's certainly with me. So have a look at that as well. Make that part of your goals, is to look after yourself a little bit better. Okay, and just remember, it's up to you. It's your choice. So it's you who chooses how you view the world. So if you want to view it in a positive light, if you want to view it with energy and enthusiasm, that's your choice. You can also choose to be pessimistic, negative, and a naysayer. That's your choice as well. So you determine your destiny. It's really, really easy to have a negative view on the world, but as well as that, it's easy to have a positive view on the world. So always choose the view that makes you happier and moves you closer to your goals. And that's ultimately what we want, is we want to be able to achieve those goals and have that sense of achievement, push our lives forward as much as we can. All right, so that's your 30-day challenge, people. Will you take me up on this challenge? For 30 days, you're going to increase your enthusiasm. There were 17 things that we went through today that you can do to increase that enthusiasm yourself. So it'll be interesting to see how you go. I'm going to do it. Can you tell I'm more enthusiastic today? I hope I'm not to the point where I'm driving everyone up the wall, because it's new to me to increase that enthusiasm just that little bit too. So that's okay. I've got some videos to play, to record after this. So hopefully I can keep this enthusiasm going and this level on, and I'm sure everything's going to be good. So a quick reminder, Module 2, the student workbook in the Unlocking portal, will be coming up really, really, really soon. It's just doing its final tweak back at the graphic designers, and it'll be back to us and ready to load up. And we've already got Module 3 draft ready and Module 4 draft ready. So I'll chuck those to the graphic designers too, and hopefully they won't take too long to get those back to me. So slowly but surely, we're going to get each one of those modules with the student workbook that you can download. Really, really easy. It captures all the text that is in the Unlocking portal. And then, of course, you've still got your handouts and things that you can download as well. So hopefully that will help. All right. So without further ado, we have got some great stuff coming up. I'm just looking at all the things that have come through the Unlocking portal with regards to questions. I think we've got about 5 here. So I could have had about 16 really. So what are you doing to actively change culture as an engagement, as a leader? Why are people so resistant to change? What's the difference between important and urgent? How do I tell the difference? Why is it that people's words say that they want, but with teamwork, but their actions say something else? So we've got lots of things to answer over the next few weeks, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. We're also going to put another little thing before you go. We're also putting together our own YouTube channel, so watch out for that. We're starting to create videos for it now, and we're going to put about 10 videos up, and then we're going to put it out for people to subscribe to. And 2 or 3 times a week, we'll get some quick videos up there. They'll be 2 or 3 minutes long, and we're going to be answering lots of questions that we get through the unlocking portal and the email. So if you've got any questions whatsoever, ask at teamleadertoolkit.com, and we will answer you via email straight away, and then we will either put it up as a webinar or we will put it up as on YouTube in a video to answer your questions. And if you don't want to be known of that you asked the question, it's quite fine to be anonymous. So without further ado, thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your upcoming weekend. Hope you got better weather than over here in sunny SA. It's not real flash over here. And we will speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye for now. Bye.